I just finished watching Squid Game and I must say, the show was like a magic. If you haven't watched it yet, then please watch the show first before watching this video because there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. So if you want to get the full context of this vid, be sure to watch it first. And here is a big fat spoiler warning. Alright, let's begin. In movies, music is often used to emphasize the mood of the scene. For example, if you have a sad scene, usually you would want to pair it with sad music, or if you have a happy scene, you want to pair it with happy music. But what happens when the opposite happens? For example, if you have a sad scene, but you put happy music to it. Sounds familiar? The South Korean drama Squid Game has a lot of very interesting music choices, and I noticed this when I was watching it. Just to let you guys know, this whole music contrasting with the scene thing, this thing is called soundtrack dissonance, or it's also called anemphatic music. And to be fair, soundtrack dissonance is nothing new. In fact, it has been used really widely in films. Alright, I want you to close your eyes and imagine like a slow motion scene, alright? And then you pair that slow motion scene with some classical music. I'm sure you've seen this quite widely used in movies, but the thing about Squid Game is they like to use it really extensively. Basically, like almost the whole show uses this. So today I'll be showing you why this soundtrack dissonance thing works really well with shows like Squid Game. Alright, let's begin. Number 1, the use of classical music. So when I first heard the classical track in Squid Game, the first thing that came to my mind was, okay, this must be like a throwback to the show Battle Royale. If you don't know Battle Royale was basically like the first movie that pioneered this whole survival game kind of genre. And classical music was used really extensively in the show as well. For example, the part when this character, Mitsuko Soma, died. Squid Game uses classical music quite a lot as well throughout the whole series, especially when all the players are in the lobby and when they're walking in the colorful staircase part thing. Oh yeah, speaking of the colorful staircase, that is also a really big part in this whole like contrasting thing. Okay, but you might be wondering, why classical music? Like, why does classical music evoke such a strange feeling when paired with really dark imagery? Alright, so classical music, when you hear it, you feel really safe. You know, you feel like, okay, everything is really structured, it's really organized, and there's nothing to be worried about. That is exactly what Squid Game wants you to feel. Before each round starts, the players feel safe, you know, they don't know what's about to happen. And if you realize as well, halfway in the show, they stopped using classical music and they swapped it out for like some more like sinister kind of sound. I think this is mainly because in the beginning of the movie, a lot of random characters die, like characters that we don't care about. But nearing the end, more and more characters that we like are slowly being eliminated. But that's my theory, I know. Number 2, Fly Me to the Moon. Okay, this is my favorite song in the entire show. What comes to your mind when you hear easy listening jazz? I don't know about you guys, but for me, the first thing that I associate easy listening jazz to are Christmas songs. These kind of easy listening jazz songs are often used in movies to create this like really warm, fuzzy feeling. And do you know what else has a warm and fuzzy feeling? If you press that subscribe button and like button. So be sure to do that right now. After the guy with the stone head emoji mask killed his Among Us James Bond brother, he played the song Fly Me to the Moon. The Fly Me to the Moon song acts kind of like a relief song. And the fact that he just played the song after he killed his own brother really shows how desensitized he was. And I think this song really fitted that narrative. It's like he just killed his own brother, but he's still, you know, he's pretty chill about it. One really good use of this song was the part when Sae-byuk died. I'm pretty sure everyone who has watched the movie remembered exactly this part. If you look at the color grading, like the really warm color grading, as well as the song that was playing, which was Fly Me to the Moon, it has a very Christmassy vibe to it. Why? Because the color grading is really warm, that's number 1, and number 2, the incinerator looks kind of like a fireplace, don't you think so? So even though the shorty is being incinerated, there's a weird conflicting feeling of like warmth and coziness as well as sadness to it. The The contrast between the music and the scene really shows how worthless the players were to the people who were hosting the game. And I thought the music choice for that was perfect. Okay, this is a bonus one, but I would also like to talk about number 3, the weird recorder music. Oh yeah, to avoid copyright, I actually remade the song, so let me play it for you. Okay, this weird recorder music is played when there's a bunch of people who just entered the level and they're all really confused about what to do. Continuing with the theme of contrast, the song had a very playful, childlike characteristic. And because he has a really childlike characteristic, it really contrasts what was about to come. And that kind of adds a lot of mystery and suspense. If you guys were wondering, this song was played when they first enter the playground, when they were about to do the Dalgona candy challenge, and also when they entered like the tug of war crane thing. So in conclusion, even though at first I thought the music choice in Squid Game was really odd, I think the oddness of the music really fits it well, and it really complemented the show. Man, I can never get tired of these survival game kind of shows, from Squid Game to Alice in Borderland to Euphoria. Usually in these kind of like game shows, right, most of the time they're forced into it, so they don't really have a choice but to survive. The really unique thing about Squid Game is the fact that all the players, okay, technically they first joined because of desperation, right, but they got out and they joined again. So if you think about it, there's not really a good guy and a bad guy, because everyone in the game gave their consent upon entering it. Especially the part when the old guy, voted all of them out and gave them a chance to run away. They still came back. And I thought it was a really fresh perspective for this genre. Be sure to like and subscribe. And this is a new one, follow me on Instagram at RajaAdam20. And if you really enjoy these kind of videos, then be sure to join our Discord server. Alright, here's a quote from Leona Wizzlebunk.
Welcome back everyone to Wizzlebunk. So today, since we are talking about Squid Games, I have a very specific quote. One thing I've learned in Squid Game is that don't trust business students. Please. Thank you.
Okay, I think that is it. Have a nice day. Jane.
早上好，中国！现在我有冰淇淋，1、2、3。2个礼拜以后，速度与激情就。2个礼拜以后，速度与激情就。